Okay, hello. Today I'm directly speaking to you. Somebody who does not want to track, or maybe is just feeling like, what other kind of options do I get? So, today I'm going through, we don't have to track to make progress. Yes, tracking is a great tool, but there are other options. Okay? So, if the idea of tracking your meals feels overwhelming or stressful or just not for you, I get it. And that's okay. It is okay. All right? So here's what we're going to focus on instead today. We're going to understand macronutrients. We're going to build a balanced plate meal. We're going to honor our hunger and fullness. Just talk about what that means, right? Pay attention to the signs. We're going to create routines around meals and snacks using visual tools like the plate method and hand method, and then keeping protein front and center and a couple other little things sprinkled in, okay? So, understanding the big three: protein, fats, carbs, okay? Protein. These are macronutrients, okay? Three macronutrients make up calories. So protein. Protein is what helps build and repair your muscles. It keeps you full. It supports hormones. It's great. It's so good. We all need protein, okay? If it's missing, you're gonna feel weaker. You're gonna get hungry quite fast. It's gonna be slower to recover from workouts and stress. You will be a lot hungrier, and you will be able to tell your satiety is unmatched when we've got a good amount of protein in our diet, okay? Carbohydrates. So carbs are your body's main energy source, especially for your brain, muscles, and for your workouts. If it's missing, you may feel foggy or sluggish or irritable or struggle to perform in the gym. Not even just the gym, okay? Like at work as well, your focus might not be as dialed in. You may have been taught that carbs are not great, but carbs are very, very beneficial, especially when you're doing something like this, because when you match protein, carbs, and fats together, they become this just amazing, beautiful, magic piece of food, or pieces of food put together, right? So carbs are not bad unless we're having carbs like Wonder Bread, 3 meals a day, right? Sourdough, not bad at all. We fucking love it. No carbs are bad, okay? It's just figuring out what is most ideal, okay? Fats. Fats support your hormones 1000%, especially with us women. We need our fats. That is healthy fats: avocado, oil, nuts, cheese. Not too much cheese, right? But it supports our hormones, brain, and joints, and also can help absorb certain vitamins, which is super cool. And if it's missing, you may feel moody, low on energy, and constantly unsatisfied after meals. Okay, like I said, when you pair protein, carbs, and fats together, match made in heaven. Okay, so building balanced meals. This is like the freaking meat and potatoes of this. A solid source of protein, a fiber rich carb slash veggie. I have a veggie or a fiber cheat sheet. If you want to see it, ask me for it. It is beautiful because everything is on there of all of like the highest fiber foods, and it really just gives you kind of an understanding. Okay, healthy fats. We love healthy fats, and then color and volume from produce. Think of your meals as like a joined force, right? Match made in heaven. Protein, fiber, fats. I didn't put carbs in there, and color. They all have a role, right? So balanced meals keep you full, fueled, and feeling good without needing to really count anything. So when we touch on all of these things, the protein, the fiber, the fats, the veggies, the fruits, everything feels so much better. So on this, it's honoring hunger and fullness. So going into something where we're not tracking our food, we need to actually be quite aware of like how we're truly feeling, because yes, tracking can give us like another level of like, oh, okay, like that meal was only 250 calories, right? When our meals are meant to be a lot higher than that. So that's kind of like where that's really great. So that's when we have to really pay attention to our hunger, right? So we need to eat when we're actually hungry, and to help that in the beginning, that's when consistency comes in. So trying to have breakfast around the same time every day, lunch, same thing, dinner, same thing, snack, same thing, right? So we can really get to know our body, because my body is like, when I'm hungry, it's like, okay, a little gurgly, it's time to eat, right? So we want to eat when you're actually hungry, not bored or overly stressed. And we also want to eat before we get too hungry, because that can really make us want to snack or overeat because we've been so hungry for so long. Our body's like, give me all of it. And then that's when we can really overdo it, like really easily. So making sure that we're eating when we're actually hungry, not too hungry. And then also tuning in, like, are we just bored? Are we really stressed? Maybe are we thirsty, right? There's like different cues. we want to slow down when we're eating, because when we scarf it down, then that's when we're like, okay, I could definitely eat more. Like, give me some more food, right? Because our body's not registering it. So when we slow down and then we aim to stop around about 80% full, then your body can have that time to like adjust and kind of get into like, oh, okay, like that actually feels good, right? Because if we overeat and we're feeling stuffed, it's uncomfortable. You're like, you're not even satisfied anymore. You're almost just feeling like, oh my God, I'm uncomfortable. I don't even want like, I don't even want to think about food, because maybe we got too hungry or we're eating too fast, right? We want to stop when we're feeling like pretty satisfied. And then always check in with your body before reaching for a snack. Are you truly hungry? Because like, when did you eat your last meal? Is it actually time for a meal? Because a lot of the time, if we're snacking all day long, maybe our meals were like really small. Maybe we didn't eat enough, right? So that is so important and so common. Or there's also like, did you just finish a meal and are comfortably full, but maybe just bored? That awareness builds naturally with practice. A lot of the time too, we can finish a meal and then like be comfortably full, but maybe we want a sweet treat or something. That's okay. Try to just sit in it for a little bit. And if you're still like, hey, I just really want like something, have a little piece of chocolate. Don't go full tilt. Try to start with something small. And over time, like you'll just start to notice, right? And around the time of your month too, be easy on yourself, okay? Just be kind to yourself, because a lot of the time, we will be craving sugar and chocolate and stuff, and have some go-tos for that, okay? So some more signs that you may be under eating. I love these. So this is when I kind of like look at, or do you snack a lot? Like if you're snacking a lot, you could be under eating at your meals. So if you're always hungry or thinking about food, so these are all signs. I'm going over these ones on the left. So you're always hungry or thinking about food, you feel low energy, even with enough sleep, you're moody, you're anxious, or you get like pretty hangry often, you're not seeing progress in the gym, especially strength or muscle gains. If everything is if you're at a standstill, that could be part of it. Your sleep is disrupted, or you're waking up hungry. That one's really tough as well, especially if your sleep's disrupted. But if you're waking up like starving, that's when we kind of got to look at it. If you're waking up and you're like, yeah, I could eat breakfast, like I'm definitely like ready, that's a good thing, okay? Maybe you feel cold all the time. That's not good. That means you're really under eating. You experience irregular or missing periods, not good. And then lots of cravings, especially for sugar or carbs. Those ones can be like really, really intense, especially like if they are hard to control. A lot of the time that is from under eating, okay? And then signs you may be overeating. You feel bloated or overly stuffed or full after meals. We don't want that. You often eat past fullness, especially at night or when distracted. A lot of the time we overeat at night because we didn't eat enough throughout the day. So then our night comes and we overeat, and then maybe we're uncomfortable, and then like we want snacks and sweets as well because we didn't eat enough during the day. That is one of the main things that we need to pay attention to and look for, okay? You might feel sluggish, tired, or heavy after eating. Like you don't feel better, you almost feel worse. You rely on food for comfort or boredom. That one's definitely like another one where we could be under eating during the day, and then when that like boredom comes up, then that's when we're like going towards that. And it could just be a habit too, so something we just need to like communicate about and just work through, okay? You may be overeating if you notice frequent cravings even when you've just eaten. That can, like, if we then go for something else, then we can feel like, oh, we definitely overate because we ate something, and then we kind of like we're in that habit, or we're in that boredom, and then we just like go towards more, and then that becomes a habit too, okay? Your weight might be creeping up, but your energy isn't improving. You're not seeing any muscle definition. Like things just don't feel like they're going in the right direction, right? And then you might feel mentally foggy after meals. Like I feel better after my meals, right? Like when I get hungry, I can't focus. I can't do anything that's like productive. After I eat, I feel way better. So that's how you're supposed to feel. You're not supposed to feel like really foggy, okay? And I really want you to pay attention to these three things, okay? So notice what keeps you full. Notice in your meals what keeps you full. Protein, fiber. So fiber would be fruit and veggies, certain kinds of carbs, all of them paired together. So if you think of having a meal maybe with just chicken and like a little arugula salad, great. It's probably delicious. I mean, I have one, it's great. But if you pair some rice with it or roasted potatoes, you're probably gonna stay full for a little bit longer. and then looking at your day as a whole. Did you skip breakfast and then have like a super small lunch and then ate a bunch of food in the evening? Right? Like look at your day as the whole thing. Because it's hard when you're not tracking, because if you're tracking, then we can kind of look at, oh, okay, like breakfast, there's not a lot of calories in breakfast, so that's where we need to focus, right? So as this goes on, we have to look at your day as a complete full thing, okay? And then learn how different meals feel in your body. Ooh, so important. For instance, like a breakfast with maybe just toast and peanut butter. That's carbs and fats. Tiny bit of protein, but not a lot. That won't make you last very long. You're not going to be full for long. You're not going to feel great. So that is something that like we definitely want to pay attention to. If you had peanut butter with some bread and some toast and some eggs, it might feel a bit better, right? So pay attention to that kind of stuff. Or like fast food compared to maybe like a pita pit wrap or something, like a burger with compared to pita pit. See the difference in how you feel. Maybe the burger tastes good in the moment, but like, are you feeling okay after? Where pita pit, oh, I love pita pit with tzatziki and pineapples and sprouts. That feels good while I'm eating it and after, right? So there's those like small things in there as well. Progress without tracking. The scale, that's not all the progress, okay? So what we want to look at instead, photos, strength, mood, energy, digestion, clothes, how we're feeling around food, the confidence in like how we feel about meals, how we feel about putting them together. Are we hitting 3 meals a day? Are we drinking all of our water? Like there's so much more, right? And we have to look at all of those things, looking at macronutrients too. Are we getting enough protein? And that will come with when I show you the plate portioning here, but that's what we need to look at, okay? And setting realistic expectations for the untracked nutrition. So in order to see progress without tracking, we need to set good, realistic expectations. So like, I'm gonna eat 3 meals a day and have an intentional snack between lunch and dinner. 3 meals a day, they're each gonna have protein in them, good amount, palm size-ish, I'll show you. And then our snack's gonna be like some fruit and a little thing of Greek yogurt, okay? That's kind of like an expectation, but that's like 3 meals a day, boom. 2 liters of water, okay, cool. Vegetable or fruit in every meal. Like those are the things that we can look at versus like numbers, okay? 3 meals, fruit or vegetable in every meal. And then, is it next? No. And then I'll get to the plate portion, okay? I'm like, where is it? So creating routines, kind of like what I was just talking about, but creating routines around meals and snacks. So 3 meals, just like I said, and 1 to 2 snacks. Try eating around the same times each day. Keep go-to meals in rotation. So don't make new recipes every single week. Try to just like swap 1 or 2 out, because when we do that, it's so much less stressful and it really just like flows a lot better. Okay? And don't overthink it. Pick some recipes. Enjoy them. Eat before you're super, super hungry. Holy shit, that's such a big one, okay? Because if we wait until we're super, super hungry, we are so much more likely to overeat. So make sure that you are eating at similar times every day and don't let yourself get too hungry, okay? That's when the snacking happens and all that kind of stuff, okay? You don't need 100 different recipes. We want to find a rhythm for you that makes eating real easy. Regular meals equals stable energy, better digestion, and fewer cravings. Regular meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, similar times every day, okay? Cravings. How to snack to stay satisfied. Cravings are tough, especially around the time of the month, but that's life. Cravings that come up throughout the weeks, just like a regular week, again, I want you to look at your day. If you feel like you've undereaten, have some actual whole foods, and know that sometimes you just want a snack, and that's okay, right? So you just, like, if you want to balance sweet, salty, fatty foods without guilt, like, you can, right? That 80-20, 80% whole foods, 20% of the fun stuff. This is when we look at portion sizes and like serving sizes and stuff, because if we're having, I don't know, 2 Oreos, that's totally fine. If we're having 15 Oreos, that's a problem, right? We got to figure that out. We got to figure out what's going on there. If we're having a burger once in a while, that's totally fine. If we're having a burger like 3-4 times a week from fast food, we got to figure that out, right? So it's really just balancing it. And then having snacks that serve you versus like spike you. So it's like, instead of having a bag of chips, like a lot of chips, have some chips, have a cut up apple, have some peanut butter, sweet, it's gonna be a little bit better, right? Find the snacks that benefit you. I have a whole bunch of snack ideas as well if you want help with that. But again, the meals is what is the most important. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Shit, I go to the movies. I enjoy myself. I have a big ass bag of popcorn. I eat lots of it. We get some candy. I don't care. Sometimes I'll bring Smart Sweets if I want to, but like as long as we have that intentional, like, okay, this is a fun night for me. I'm gonna have some of this stuff. Tomorrow, I'm not gonna think about it. I'm just getting back to my normal. Great. Right? You might crave sugar a little bit more the next day, but the point is that it's okay to have times like that. It's when it's every single day and there's like and it's you struggle to like control it. That's when we need to look at it. Okay, there we go. I found it. Okay, so using visual tools with a couple different methods. Okay, so this is the plate method. Half of your plate is going to be veggies. Quarter of your plate is going to be protein, and then a quarter of your plate is going to be carbs. The fats are usually from like cooking, or there's fats in the chicken thigh. So a lot of the time we don't need to add fats. So like when you think about it, you don't need to add avocado or cheese or nuts to all of your meals because we do use oils when we do cook. Okay, so this is how I do it. This is how I build a plate. Step one. This is how I do it a lot of the time. But sometimes I'll start with protein, but I kind of swap between those. So step one, choose a flavor profile. Do we want to do Mexican, Greek, burger flavors, hearty, Asian? Like what do we want to do, right? Then you choose a protein. Chicken, fish, beef, yogurt, eggs. Like what are we really focusing on? So let's say we're going to do Greek and I've got some chicken. Okay, that's freaking easy. I'm going to make a nice little seasoning for my Greek chicken. It's going to be great. It's going to be freaking delicious. Let's go. Choose a veggie. Green beans, kale, cucumber, broccoli, peppers. Ooh, we could do lots of different stuff. If I have cucumbers, Greek salad. If I've got green beans, we could just do like some sauteed, like lemon green beans, like super easy. And then choose a carb. Potatoes, yams, squash, rice. I'm going to do rice because that's just how Greek is. Easy, right? Rice. You're going to have it a quarter of your plate once it's cooked. Green beans. You're going to have a good solid serving size like this, right? Even more. Protein. Nice little chunk, okay? And then your flavor. This simple method helps you build balanced meals from anywhere. Your kitchen, a restaurant, your friend's house. You'll be surprised how consistent you can be without ever logging a thing if you do it this way every single time. I promise you. I guarantee if you make a plate like this every single time, you will feel so good. And you'll be like, oh shit, this is simpler than I thought, okay? So that's what the plate method is. Half your plate veggies, quarter of your plate protein, quarter of your plate carbs. And then there's a visual method. The hand method. Protein, 1 to 2 palms per meal, okay? That's how much protein I want. So that's about a quarter of your plate. Think chicken, tofu, fish, beef, Greek yogurt, eggs. This is gonna help with your fullness, your muscle repair, your energy, right? Veggies. 1 to 2 fists. I'm going to say 2. That's half your plate. If you put 2 fists next to each other, that's half a plate. Leafy greens, peppers, zucchini, broccoli, fiber, volume, nutrients. That's going to help keep you full. Carbs. 1 to 2 cupped hands per meal. So like this. So like right in here, right? 2 of those. 1 to 2. About a quarter of your plate. Rice, oats, potatoes, fruits, beans, some veggies like squash or yams. Yeah, potatoes, okay? Fuels your brain, your workouts, your daily energy. And then fats, 1 to 2 thumbs per meal. This one's a bit iffy. But yeah, again, avocado, olive oil, nuts, seeds, nut butter. It's going to support hormones, brain health, and satisfaction. If you aren't using a lot of cooking oil, like if you're using a lot of spray oil and you have like a chicken breast and rice and like broccoli that's like steamed or something, there's not really any fat in there. So you can add some avocado or drizzle some olive oil or butter. You can put butter on your rice. Okay? You can use those things. Like I love butter. I will always put butter on my rice. And corn for sure. But that's when that comes into play. And a lot of the time if you do just like have like chicken, rice, and broccoli, you do need some sort of fat. It will help keep you full, okay? Or Parmesan cheese. That's a great one. Costco, great deal, okay? And then always keep protein front and center. always going to build and maintain your muscles. It's going to keep you full longer. It's going to help regulate blood, sugar, and energy. You want to aim for a source at every meal and snack. The snack, like, it's not always the case. Sometimes it's just not going to happen. Like, sometimes I'll just have like baby carrots or something for a snack. That's okay, as long as we're kind of looking at everything as a whole and we are still getting a good amount of protein in our breakfast, in our lunch, in our dinner, okay? And then supplement with protein powder if you're able to. Like, supplementing with protein powder is a great thing, as long as you are not just having a protein with water for lunch, okay? We want to supplement with it. So add it into our day on top of our meals, okay? If there's one thing to prioritize without tracking, it's protein. It helps you feel full. It's going to help you recover faster. It's going to help you see results, and you're not going to feel deprived or snacky if you eat enough of it, okay? And then use your meal plan. The plan I've created for you already takes care of the calorie and protein balance. Use it as a guide. You can use other recipes. You can put in other stuff, but play with it and make sure that you are following like the portion sizes for the most part. But yeah, it's not a rule book. It's just a guide for you. So bring awareness to the portion sizes as you create them, because my recipes are balanced. So this is how I want your meals to look. I build all of my meals with like the intention of making them balanced for that reason, right? So it's like, so you can kind of understand as you go through, like, oh, okay, like when I make a meal and Selena's looks like this, okay, like, so mine should kind of look similar. That's the goal with it, okay? So use that meal plan and always ask for another one if you need one, okay? And questions about everything, always ask away, girlfriend, always. I will always answer them. I'm always here to help you understand everything on a deeper level, and really just like get you to where we want to get to, okay? So if you want any of those ebooks, please let me know about the fiber. I also have like more on like building a balance plate and everything, and giving you more ideas on like which proteins, fats, and carbs to use. So yeah, please. Actually, I'm gonna put links in the section below so you can actually click on them and download them. Okay? Yay. Much love.